Today, I am here to share with you to stop chasing after the money, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to chase after that will give you even more money. So, without further ado, let's get started and get on to it. I'll tell you this: stop thinking about the money right now. What I want you to start focusing on is continuous learning, because this is what will lead to more money. And I'm going to give you a study case and a step by step instruction on how you can actually get there. In other fields, it is also known as personal development. And when you focus on personal development, I basically define personal development as being intentional and very deliberate in terms of seeking out to learn skills, new skills that are improving certain skills that you already have, so that you can be able to pursue your goals way much better. Let me prove the case. Why do you think you get paid when you are working as an employee, or when you have a business, you're selling certain goods and services? Why do you think you are paid? Why do you end up getting that money? It is because you are being compensated for the services that you are offering. You are selling a certain good, it is valued, or someone sees it as something that is of value, so they are compensating you for giving them that value. And so money, at its basic, it is an exchange of value. Someone says this is of value, then I am willing to give the money to exchange so that I can get the value. It might be a service, it might be a physical product, it might be just the fact that you have you're there as an employee. Actually, that is a service that you are offering. And once you start thinking about yourself as a business owner, and you being the business, and the skills that you're giving out are the services, and then you are being paid, that is the revenue coming in, then it's going to change how you perceive your life and in general. It goes then without saying, you as an employee, the more valuable you are, or the more valuable the product you're selling, the more money you're going to get in exchange. I have several things here. Here I have this is a mouse, wireless mouse, and if I had the wired mouse, most likely I value the wireless mouse more than the one with the wire. So I am willing to give out more money to get this wireless mouse from that one which is wired. If you think about different things, that is the core essence. The more value something is, the more more money you're willing to do. You as an individual, as someone who is working as a professional, I will tell you this: the more valuable you are as an individual, the more money you can be able to ask for and negotiate for at the table. But if you are not able to showcase or talk about your value, it's just a matter of feeling that I've been here for the last 10 years, or I have this amount of experience, so I need to be paid more. Translate it in form of experience. Now, what really makes us valuable as individuals in the workplace? It is a matter of skills. And we have two types of skills. We have technical skills, also known as hard skills, and also we have soft skills. These are skills that will cut across all the different professions, and you will see how these plays along as we move on. Yeah, these skills are the ones that will make you more valuable. So I want you to make a decision today, like, what are the skills that I need to gain right now to help me pursue my goals and become more valuable in the marketplace? What are the benefits of pursuing personal development? What are the benefits of being able to pursue what I'm calling continuous learning? Because that is what will bring you more money. Benefit number one, you are able to increase your competency. In other words, that thing that you are able to do, you can do it much, much better because you have increased your competency in your area, in your career field. Secondly, and this goes hand in hand with competency, the more competent you are, the more confidence you have. And I will tell you this: confidence plays a big role in terms of determining how much money you will be paid or how you negotiate. So the more confidence you have in your skills, because you're more competent, you are learning, you are able to do your work much better, the more confidence then you're able to gain. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said, in this race of life, let me just pull this closer here. In this race of life, without confidence, you are defeated twice. So confidence is key. Then, once you have increased your confidence and competence, you become more efficient and effective in your work. So, anytime an assignment comes in, actually, this is how you show that you are of more value, because we want someone who can do their work very well within the shortest time possible with the least resources. You're not wasteful. So, you become more efficient and more effective. And finally, the more competent you become, the more confidence you have, you're more efficient and effective at your work. You open doors for more career opportunities and progressions. You will be able now to start sending out your applications and start getting responses from employers. You start being headhunted to get to a point where actually people are fighting over you because they know you are good at what you do. That is the benefit of actually seeking personal development, continuous learning. It ensures that you have more money rather than just focusing about money right now. This will be the path I will suggest to you. Now, you might be asking, what are the best mode of learning? It is different when we are talking about learning in terms of being going to the traditional learning, school, education, university, which is good. I don't say it's bad, but that is not the best way to actually pursue learning for your own growth and to be able to become more competent and even gain more, attract more money in this day and age. I'll give you several ways for you to learn. Number one is books. Books will change your life. When I started reading books, I just moved on to a different level. And there are physical books. Yeah, there are people who read physical books. And I came to learn about uh, audiobooks, and they again changed my life. I'm not much of a physical person reading the physical book, but I consume more audiobooks. So much easier for you to consume book. Another way you can be able to learn a ton is signing up for podcasts. And by the way, most of them are free of charge. I use an app called Stitcher that is on Android. But I know if you are on iPhone, you can use iTunes and get access to millions and millions of podcasts. Now, I don't want you to sign up and subscribe to all those podcasts. Just focus on specific podcasts that discuss stuff in your area, in your career niche, and you will learn so much. Podcast, free service, free learning opportunities, and you will be surprised. Big one, YouTube. I have always turned to YouTube to learn very specific things when I want to do something. I remember one of my friends the other day, we were having a conversation, and he told me, I know you proclaim, or I know you are a self taught computer scientist, or you do a lot of programming, you learn a lot of programming, you did it by yourself. How did you do it by yourself? And I just told him, YouTube is what really made me to be the computer scientist or computer programmer that I am. And because when I'm trying to solve a certain problem, I always go to YouTube and search how to do this using this programming. And we have so many tutorials, free, step by step, and I have learned a ton from there. And if you're looking for a job, I am sure if you go to my YouTube channel, if you just search Daniel Mutuku on YouTube, you will get so much resource that you will be surprised. Where have I been all this time? These are some of the things that you will never be taught in the university. Yeah. And they're actually the real life skills that you need to have for you to be able to progress. Apart from YouTube, we have online courses. So I would say this, we have two types. We have free courses, which they are, of course, valuable. Sign up for those free courses. And we also have paid up online courses. At some point, you will need to dig deep into your pocket for you to pay for this course because they will take you much deeper and you can be able to gain the courses. And of course, especially when it is an online course, you're learning at your own pace, unlike the traditional university, college kind of learning. And then sign up, get some certification. Both they might be online, they might be physical. Get some certification in your field. I tell you, a certification will be of much value, even in your application process, rather than some of the traditional academic qualifications that you have. Yeah, I have seen people go through some of the certification that we offer, and they're like, "Oh, I learned this in 2 weeks, which is more valuable than the 4 years that have been in the university." Not to say that the university is bad. So this would be great learning mode that I would suggest for you to think about. If you're there and you are thinking, I am very busy, yeah, you might be thinking, oh my God, I'm so busy. Where do I get time to do all this? I will give you this island. This is called the E to E ratio. And basically, what it talks about is the education versus the entertainment ratio. Research has it that the top 5% of the highly successful people in the world, they take 95% of their time in education and only 5% of their time in entertainment. And I've already broken it down for you, the kind of education that I'm talking about. It is not necessarily going back to the office or to the school, but self-education, personal development, thinking, reading books, engaging in groups of peers in your association or in your field, podcasts. All these are learning opportunities, and everything should be done in moderation. At least entertainment is still important. Ask yourself, how much time are you spending on WhatsApp, Instagram, and all those social media platforms just scrolling through? That is also entertainment. How much time are you spending at the break area with your colleagues, chatting, gossiping, and just having fun? That is still entertainment. Does not mean just going out there for parties and all that stuff. So start focusing and dedicating more time in and for your education rather than just focusing on entertainment. I have some great suggestions for you that will just show you how much time you have in your hands. And you need to be very purposeful with your time. So let me give you 3 suggestions that will create so much time that you can use for your personal development. Then after that, I will show you some of the top skills that are needed in the market. And then I'll come back and check some of your comments and answer all the questions. But so far, I can see so much love in the chat. Keep dropping your questions, your thumbs up, and everything that you are learning. First suggestion, I want you to start morning and evening routine, right? I will tell you this. If you decide to wake up 10 minutes early, normally maybe you wake up at 6, just wake up 10 minutes early. And before you sleep, take another 10 minutes, sleep 10 minutes later, and use that time for your own personal development. Read a good book. Go through a YouTube channel that is teaching you something that is of value. Sign up for a podcast. I'll tell you, you will create like 2 months for yourself, because 10 minutes per day times 365 days, that is already 3,650 minutes. We divide that by 60. I think that will give you about, is it 50? 50, is it 50 hours? Yeah, or something of that sort. 50 hours. That is already like 2 days. Multiply that again in the evening, another 10 minutes. And you can see within 1 year how much time you can be able to create for yourself. Another big opportunity for you to be very purposeful with your time will be commute time. We spend too much time on commute to and from work. And in a day, on average, I know here in Nairobi, it takes about 2 hours. We spend about 2 hours on average in traffic every day. 1 hour in the morning to get to work and 1 hour back to our houses, depending again where you stay, where you work, and the route, how much traffic there is. I know there are some which have more traffic than the other. But on average, if you look at 2 hours per day, times 250 working days in a year, that is already 500 hours. What can you do with this time? Listen to this podcast. Put on the audio books. Listen to them as you transit. Use YouTube. Instead of just being on Instagram, WhatsApp, scrolling and admiring other people and what they're doing, be very purposeful in terms of your learning. You will be surprised how much time you will be able to accumulate and learn just from using commuting time. I call it the moving university. I am never in my car or when I'm riding. I'm not listening. Rarely will you find me transiting if I'm not listening to something educative, something instructional, podcasts and audiobooks. And I do listen a lot and learn a lot from it. And the other type is just be purposeful also with after and before working hours. I'm not telling you to steal time from your employer, but say I'll just arrive 10 minutes early or 30 minutes early every day just to be able to do some learning, or I will stay 30 minutes later every day. And so each working day you create another 1 hour on top of that. Then during commute time you also use it for learning, and you will be surprised how much you can learn. And instead of just pursuing the money, pursue the personal development, which will in turn give you lots and lots of money. Are we together? Hope you're getting value. If you're getting value, drop some thumbs up in the chat. Tell me what is your key takeaway so far. If you have learned something, I still have a little bit more that I want to share with you. Thank you very much. I can see Judy, you're saying thank you for this content, very educative. I can see Norman, you're there saying facts. We're talking facts. Yes, and I really, really like that. So moving on, I don't want to keep on going. Personal development. It's all about planning, staying motivated, getting trained, of course, using your creativity, developing yourself, having that vision, and learning and achieving your goals. That is what we are focusing on. We did a research back in 2019 when we asked people, what are some of the key skills you think if you learned, you will be able to move to the next level of your career much, much faster? And this is what we got. Communication skills was number one there with 47%. Yeah, goal setting skills, creating a personal development plan, time management skills, creativity, creative thinking, and also you can see public speaking. So actually, public speaking is a facet of communication skills. So if you're not sure which skills should I start acquiring or learning, I would suggest you can use this list or start with communication skills, because once you know how to communicate, that will make a much big difference in your life. One quote from Warren Buffett, he said, the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself, because that is where you will get the greatest return on investment. So yes, as I said, you can be able to consume a lot of this personal development stuff, which is free, but at some point you need to invest. It is said for every shilling, for every dollar that you invest in yourself today, it will give you 30 shillings, $30 in return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Think about that. How much do you think you can get when you invest in stock market or real estate? Not 3,000% return on investment. That is only sin, or you can only get that when you invest in yourself. Another rule I got from Brian Tracy is called the 10-10 rule. And what it says that typically we are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it, we use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use that to fund your own personal development, because we have found out that when you develop yourself, when you focus on yourself, that is where you get the highest return on investment. I started this back in 2015. I try as much as possible to take 10% of my income and tithe it to myself and use it to fund my personal development. That is where I get the money to buy the books. That's where I get the money to sign up for online courses. That is where I get the money to go to these trainings and seminars and webinars, off, online, whatever. But I also invest time. There is, of course, the resources and also time, and being deliberate in terms of learning this. So I want to put it to you. Why don't you start off? As I finish up, here are some few quotes that will just, I hope they help you have the right focus when you talk about personal development. Jim Rohn said, the more valuable you become in your company, the more influence you have, the better communicator you are, you manage your time better, and you recognize people for their contributions. You become more valuable as a spouse, as a parent, and as a friend. What it means is once you become valuable, once you start developing, yourself, you don't just keep that value to yourself. It actually flows over to people around you, to your spouse, to your parents, to your kids, to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues. They will actually see that this is someone who is valuable. And whenever they want, maybe at work, you're told you need to work in groups, everybody wants to be in your group. Or are you the one person who people don't want to be in your group? Probably you're not that valuable. Yeah. And see also some of the things that he mentions here. Yeah. You become valuable, you are able to influence people, become more influencer. Yeah. You influence others. Influence is a skill also you can decide to pursue and learn how to pursue or influence people. You become a better communicator. Again, that is communication that we are talking about. You also are able to manage your time well. Time management is also a skill, and we saw it actually in that list of some of the key skills that help people get to where they are. As we finish, I'm giving you an assignment. Yeah, I don't want you just to watch this, get motivated, and not to do anything. I want you to take action, and this is the way forward. Number one, I want you to define what is one skill that I will learn before the year ends, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year. What is the skill that I want to learn? And then you can go and write yourself an email on futureme.org. This is a website that allows you to write an email to yourself. So write yourself an email, say it comes back to you in, you can set a date, maybe 30th December. At the end of the year, I want this email to come to me saying, I had committed to learn this skill, and then you can evaluate yourself. Did I actually get there, or did I get even better at it? So I'm really happy that you're able to stick in here with me. I want to read some of your questions. If you have any questions, feel free to drop that in the chat. If you have any comments, I am also very happy to read through, and then we can be able to finish up. Oh, I can just see. Normally you say this is a fact. Judy, you're really enjoying this. Evelyn, focus on self-education. That is the key. Yes, the key is self-education. Let me see. Saido, you're saying really educative. Thank you, Daniel, for your time. I really appreciate that. I can see Ruth, you're saying I'm feeling really blessed to be part of this resourceful session. Kudos, Daniel. I really appreciate you too. Oh, I can see Lazarus. You're back here, very insightful. We were with you yesterday during the live session, and I also connected with you on LinkedIn, so we'll keep chatting. Thank you very much. And I think that is it. No questions. Thank you very much. Oh, one more person saying, oh, Evelyn, thank you. You like this. This was great. Totally, I thank you. And until my next presentation, sign up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, get all this. By the way, most of this live on my YouTube channel, and I will see you then. And until then, I'm out.